Here's a table radio, a clock radio from, I think, 1967. This was part of GE's Accent line, and it's got a clock there on the left that works. On the clock, there's a knob on the left that turns the machine on or off. Plus, it can also act as a sleep countdown timer from 60 minutes. And the right knob has various buzzer and alarm settings, trying to wake to one or the other, which I found very hard to do. I could get it to wake to radio, but never to the buzzer. And because the buzzer works 10 minutes before or after the alarm time setting. And whoever had this radio maybe in the 70s had the same problem and made some notes in an owner's manual that I noticed and I tried to follow, but their notes didn't work for me either. So maybe there's been some sort of failure in there. I would have liked to have demonstrated the buzzer, but I couldn't. And along the bottom, we have our volume control after you've turned the radio on. We have our speaker cloth. We have our AFC off or on, AM, FM band selector, tuning control. And then over here on the right, we have our main dial scale, AM and FM, 160 kilohertz to 108 megahertz for FM, and it proudly marks itself as solid state tuning, although it does use tubes for the main radio part. We're all white plastic with some staining on the top that would not clean off. No fancy or expensive construction here on this radio. Kind of typical GE's late 60s radio. And around the back, you can see some specifics. This looks like model C1555A. Nothing on the bottom. So it's a pretty general late 60s General Electric table radio. So let's take a look at the inside and that paperwork I found, and then afterwards we'll try and do a short band scan. I found some instructions inside the radio wrapped up in a corner, and it's quite convenient to find those. The sound of music, a wonderful way to start the day. General Electric. You'll wake up smiling to this new musical alarm. I like the diagram there, the picture of the lady. You have your basic instructions for AFC and things. Looks like an owner at some time made some corrections here, or wrote things that they could understand as far as radio and alarm. I must have a cheap version. Mine doesn't have a view alarm or a vary alarm. I'm not going to use extra antennas with it. So they cut some corners here when they bought this one. Okay, let's see here. Oh, and on the back we have our General Electric warranty. We also have our registration card for Utica, New York. What type of store did you purchase this radio? Was this radio selected by a man or a woman? Purchased for personal use? Where do you plan on using this radio? The living room? The den? Total number of radios now owned. Do you own any other radios? Primary user of the radio, and don't forget to put your name on it. This little dead space here next to the dial string is where I found the little rolled up paperwork. It was quite a nice surprise, really. Wasn't expecting it. And here's looking at the rest of the inside. It's pretty dirty in here. I think I'm going to have to get some compressed air and blow it out as best as I can. My God, it's filthy. You see our tuning mechanism there. Our tubes. Our clock. Standard, what's that? Technicron? Telecron? Little transformer. What a mess. Here's our tube locations. Got a 50C5 would be the audio output. 35W4 would be the rectifier. 12BA6 IF amp. 12AV6 would be the detector. And 12BE6 would be the converter oscillator. So this is a 6-tube radio, not an All-American 5. Looks like, according to our little schematic here, there should be 4 transistors for our solid state tuning, but for the life of me I can only find 3. They're kind of hard to see under all the dust. There's one there. There's another one hiding not too far away from it. And we have a third one around the back of the radio board. And I just don't see a 4th. It could be hiding under a dust bunny. You're probably screaming, "O'Connor, it's right there. Are you blind?" Well, not exactly, but I just don't see it. We have a nice, pretty full-length AM antenna there. Should be good reception. This 1714 I think is a date code. And in the General Electric thing, the 7, the second digit from the left, is the year of the decade. So this would be 1967, if that is a date code, and I'm pretty sure it is. I've seen on the volume pot here, a code, you see there 6650. That would also indicate it was made in 66 for 1967 review. All right, we'll try a couple channels on a quick band scan. Hopefully no copyright problems. Turn it on. Might take a minute for the tubes to warm up.
I think they've earned it. In fact, you.
First AM.
Yes. Way. The Jets dominated that game. Dominated. Matt Snell had a big game on the ground.
Yep.
Namath didn't throw any touchdowns. And I realized, but in an era where
13-10.
Love that about him. We know that about him. But have we repented, or have we continued?
Well, that's my Latino channel at the top of the AM dial, so we're done with that. So just a couple of channels to show you its overall sound quality. I think the AM sounded at least louder, if not better, than the FM. I'm not sure why. Anyway, I hope you've liked this old 1967 General Electric radio, the C1555A maybe. Thanks for watching. Bye.